Hello everyone, this is Flybane, Bane of Flies. I'm going to bring you the Wow, Worry, and Wonder for chapters 5 and 6 of our textbook. So, starting off with the Wow of chapter 5. It's kind of the idea of what comes first, the content we have to teach to the students, or the main and big ideas. This is an exclamation point, in case you... Anyways, so traditionally, we've taken an idea and we've used that to teach the content. But now it's sort of kind of seeming like we should use our content to teach in order for the students to arrive at an idea. Like the focus on big ideas, these big questions, kind of this reverse and what our focus is. I think that's pretty interesting. Now, for the worry, something I am kind of worried about, or I guess maybe a little bit sad by, is like the book getting our big questions. The book just kind of says like we should brainstorm questions kind of like with our departments. Now, like in California, is like, it's a very big state. There's a lot of teachers, hundreds, thousands, millions of students. So like, shouldn't there be some bigwigs that are able to start writing those like big questions for the state? Because our standards, our content's kind of set in stone. So if somebody could start writing those questions for us to just kind of like springboard the rest, that would be a big help. Because like I found coming up with these big ideas is honestly a lot harder than would have expected. So if like somebody, if somebody smarter than I could start writing out those questions, I would super appreciate it. And so that's just kind of my worry. It just kind of seems like a daunting task right now. And the wonder, so like the understanding by spontaneous application. That's right. Forgot what I was going to talk about. So it talks about like full understanding is being able to like take an idea and apply it to something else. Now I'm kind of curious. So like I teach math. So if I give my students a test and it's on content they haven't seen any before, but they can solve it using all the stuff that they learned previously. So it's not the direct content, but it's stuff that they can solve with what they've learned so far. Like that's just kind of like an interesting idea. I wouldn't want to penalize the students for something like that, because like you're like, oh, Mr. Gao, we haven't seen this before. Like, yes, I know you haven't seen it before, but I want to check your understanding. I don't know. I think it'd be kind of a cool extra credit idea. I'd just be a little bit worried of penalizing students for something that they haven't seen before. But that's kind of where we're at right now. Now, moving on to chapter 6. My wow has to do with the expert blind spots. Now, I teach math. I'd say I'm better than the average person, better than the average person at math. And so like some of these math concepts like simple algebra, getting x by itself, solving for x, like to me, those are just like super simple ideas and concepts. And so like I say it to the students and like I expect them to like instantly know, oh yeah, this is what we do. But I'm finding more and more the students don't know how to do this. And like makes me a little bit sad that they're not at the grade level coming into the classroom, but that's like mostly not their fault. And so just something I have to work around and kind of realizing that's more of an expert blind spot for me. Now, worry. One thing I'm a little bit worried about is like this unending quest for understanding, not really final facts. So it's kind of like telling someone, hey, you're going to go on a journey, but you're never going to arrive. So like, for example, so like Lord of the Rings, let's say like Gandalf gave the ring to Bilbo and says, hey, I have this ring for you. It's going to make your life unbearably difficult, and you're going to take it in that direction. Here you go. And Bilbo asks, so when is it over? And Gandalf says, when you go into the west. See you, son. And flies off into the distance. So like that. That feels bad for Bilbo, because it's like you're going in some direction, but you're never going to arrive there. So it just doesn't seem like the best idea to me. But that's a personal opinion. Then lastly, the wonder. Sorry, I need to check my notes. Oh, lastly is the idea that we teach, or these like standards and whatnot are written for other teachers as opposed to being written for the students. So like we have this book that we get the knowledge from, and like should we share that with the students? That we just like have this book of ideas and this is what we're getting our stuff from. I'd say for the little kids, probably shouldn't share it with them because they're not going to understand. We should just tell them like we have a special bag that we just keep on pulling rabbits out of, and that's the way it is. But for like the older students, maybe we should start telling them, hey, this is what we're trying. These are the big ideas. Because like the high schools, like juniors, seniors, like some of them, they look more like adults than I do. So maybe there should be a discretion and who gets to see behind the big. Oh, what is that thing in the Wizard of Oz? That big, I don't know, whatever the wizard hides behind, whatever that is. Maybe the curtain. Maybe we should be showing them behind the curtain. I don't know. Maybe like discretion on like the age groups. Anyways, those are my thoughts, opinions. Thank you.